I'm Kara.
And I'm Mark. Welcome to Action Figure Happy Hour. Today, on episode 4 of Action Figure Happy Hour, I'm so excited. We are unboxing probably one of the most anticipated 1/6 scale figures coming out this year. It is everybody's favorite new bounty hunter, the Mandalorian. Boom, boom. Dun-dun-dun.
I think we can't get copyright infringement if we just mouth the song, right?
Depends on how litigious they are.
Oh, that's true. Well, I just have to say, one of my absolute favorite TV theme songs of all time, probably.
Absolutely.
Amazing. And of course, we need a drink for our Action Figure Happy Hour, right?
Of course.
So today, in honor of the Mandalorian, and maybe a little bit of Pedro Pascal, because he is our Red Viper, we are making a snake bite. Ooh, I'm so excited. It's super easy. In fact, that's all I'm gonna say about it until we get started.
All right, well, I'm looking forward to tasting a little bit of snake venom, snake juice. And let's crack the Mandalorian open, and here we go. So I've had the Mandalorian 6 scale figure on pre-order since the day the pre-orders went live. I've been waiting about 10 months to see how it turned out, so let's find out. I think, by anyone's measure, this is a pretty outstanding figure. This is the Mandalorian, obviously from early in season 1. So while he has kind of the shiny Beskar steel helmet, he doesn't have the rest of the steel armor. That's coming with the second figure from Hot Toys that also comes with Baby Yoda. This is just the Mandalorian by himself. He's got a really nice soft cape, no wire in that, so there's no posing the cape, but I think it looks more screen accurate, just kind of being draped down like that. There is a little holder here that's gonna let you put the gun on his back, which is gonna look really cool, I think, and that's what I'm gonna do. Cool, shiny Beskar helmet. Really, they did an amazing job with all the armor and the scorch marks on his chest and shoulders.
Does his helmet come off?
It does, and Pedro Pascal is under there. Ooh. I'm just kidding, he's not. His helmet does not come off, there is no unmasked portrait, but that makes sense because they never take their helmets off. Okay, this is the way. In addition to our friend the Mandalorian, he obviously comes with his big fancy disintegrator blaster. So this is what's gonna go on his back, and I think that'll look pretty sweet.
That's a really interesting name for a gun, a disintegrator. It's almost like a kind way of saying, I didn't murder you, I disintegrated you.
Well, I mean, is it murder if there's no evidence left over? If it's just a little pile of dust on the ground, I don't know that it's murder. Prove it, says the Mandalorian. Here's a little shot of the disintegrator up close. Very cool. This gun actually inspired by the gun that they used in the holiday special when they first introduced Boba Fett. Great looking gun, and this thing is huge. It's almost as big as he is, so very cool accessory. Comes with a figure stand, a sandy stand, so it looks very much like the set of the show. And the cool thing about the stand is it comes with this, I don't know, decapitated stormtrooper helmet that's all broke apart, and you can stick it on a spike and stand it next to the Mandalorian.
Yeah,
and
well, when you punch Baby Yoda, you get your head chopped off.
This isn't the stormtrooper that punched Baby Yoda. That's another guy. That's Jason Sudeikis. But somebody got mad at this stormtrooper, and it can kind of be like a head on a spike. Speaking of Game of Thrones, like Ned Stark just right next to him. And it does come with another little gun, his little trusty blaster, which can go in the holster or he can hold it in pew pew pew. And then of course it also comes with a number of switch out hands, some sort of thermal detonator, and the little tracking fob, which is what he's using to find his quarry, aka Baby Yoda. Despite the lack of Baby Yoda, I think it's a pretty great figure. I think it's gonna look fantastic on the stand, so let's get him on the stand. And in the meantime, Kara's gonna make us a delicious snake bite.
We're gonna make a snake bite, and as I said, it's in honor of Pedro Pascal and a little bit in reference to his earlier role as the Red Viper in Game of Thrones.
The role that brought him fame, if
yes.
you will. Unless you watch Narcos, which I do.
Exactly. That is another role that he's really famous for. But also, I thought, and I mentioned to Mark, that doing a snake bite would be fun because technically Boba Fett, who's also a Mandalorian, was eaten by a snake, right? A sand snake, a sarlacc.
I don't know if you could say technically. I'm not sure that we know it's a snake, but I'll allow it.
Snake-like? We'll say it's snake-like. But we'll say it's because of Pedro Pascal and a role that we loved.
R.I.P. R.I.P. Oberyn Martell.
Oh, it makes my face hurt just thinking about it. So we're making a snake bite, and I said in the intro that it's super, super easy because really it's just 2 ingredients poured together at the same time into one glass. Cider and a lager. Now we're gonna use a lager today, but you can use a red lager. Oftentimes the Brits, they like to use a Guinness. The other thing I want to mention is that you probably want to get a partner to help you with this, you know, a friend, an enemy, doesn't really matter. If you've ever poured a beer into a frosty mug, which we put in our refrigerator to keep them icy cold, you pour that beer into a glass and it gets that foamy head, which we want, but not so much of it. We don't want it to take up the whole entire glass. So if I have a partner with me, Mark, if you would help me, hold the glass and tip it while I pour both ingredients in, which is what a snake bite calls for. Thank you very much, sir.
Voila!
Woo! It'll help mitigate some of that foam from taking over your whole glass. And you want to try to do it evenly. That's not bad.
Not bad at all.
If you're a little more into sweeter cocktails, you can add more apple cider, or just really sweetness doesn't do it for you. You add more of your lager. So it's really to taste. Sort of messy.
Oh.
And now, Mark, why don't you give that one a taste?
We're definitely gonna need to clean this up before I get my figure out here. That's just not gonna be okay.
I know. Cheers.
Cheers.
How fast was that?
You can make a lot of these really quickly. Yum.
Now I'm gonna say on mine, I think I'd like a little more cider. It feels a little lagery.
Mine had a good amount of cider in
Perfect.
there. Yeah. Mine's really tasty. It really does have a little bit of a bite to it because you kind of get the lager, the smoothness of the lager, and then you kind of get that sharp taste. In this case, because we used Angry Orchard hard cider, but that's probably going to depend on what type of cider you use and how much of it.
The ciders don't always come in apple flavored. They have pear and pineapple and all types of ciders. You can go nuts.
Cheers.
Cheers. Very refreshing.
Baby Yoda.
Super easy. Done and done. This is the way.
This is the way. And here he is, the Mandalorian, fully posed. You can see how great he looks up close. The helmet looks amazing. And my favorite bit is really how the disintegrator rifle is mounted perfectly on his back. I love the way they did that. It looks very screen accurate. And this little stormtrooper head on a pike thing was a nice touch. Looks great and will definitely tide me over until version 2 comes out with Baby Yoda.
And a snake bite to go with the Mandalorian in honor of Pedro Pascal as the Red Viper, getting his beautiful head squished. 2 ingredients, super easy, a cider of your choice and a lager of your choice. Just pour it in together, look at it, delicious.
Thanks for joining us on another episode of Action Figure Happy Hour. Today we brought you The Mandalorian by Hot Toys. So shiny.
And a snake bite in honor of Pedro Pascal and his former character on Game of Thrones. May he rest in peace.
May he rest in peace and may he stay very much alive in season 2 of The Mandalorian, which is streaming soon on Disney+. Can't
More
wait.
Baby Yoda.
And will we see Ahsoka? Those are the rumors. Who knows? Will you see Ahsoka someday on Action Figure Happy Hour? Yes. Yes, you will.
You better. This is the way.
It's halfway. Join us next time on Action Figure Happy Hour.
Woo!
Boom, boom.